Aaron Rodgers, notoriously stubborn. Aaron Rodgers, chip on the shoulder. Aaron Rodgers in that situation doesn't take a dig. And he also doesn't say, we don't have a relationship, or I don't have a relationship with Brian Gutekunst. Remember that very famous interview with Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago or so, when he was asked about his relationship with Brett Favre? I think it was with Jeremy Schaap here on ESPN. And he was asked point blank, what is your relationship with Brett Favre after Favre had left and forced the trade? And he said, I don't have a relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
He could have easily gone that route, and then the whole thing just starts to mushroom cloud again. But instead he says, it's a work in progress. We're working on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to work together. We both want this organization to have success. And so, hey, we're working on it.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers is playing chess, not checkers, right? He knows that if he wants to go where he needs to go, he's going to have to work through Gutekunst. He knows if he wants to stay, it's going to go through him. So I think, listen, you can have a level of respect, but you got to know how to play people. You got to know how to manipulate people. And he knows that it does him no service. It doesn't help him or bode well if he's going to continue to dig at him, because then he's going to dig in. You understand that the organization is going to always side with management. So, Aaron Rodgers, if he decides to leave, that's why you get these tell-all books, right? After the fact. Because you want to get your end result. So Aaron Rodgers wants to get his end result, whether it's staying with the Packers or if it's getting traded. So he knows he has to use and manipulate the situation with Gutekunst, and he also has to use the media to say, "Oh, look how nice Aaron Rodgers is playing in the sandbox." You know what I'm saying? Listen, we know Aaron Rodgers is a chess player, man. He's a very thoughtful person, and he's just playing them, and that's what you're supposed to do.
So then, what was the whole point of this offseason? What was the whole point? To get Randall Cobb under center?
No.
Under center, in green and gold?
It was an attempt to get out of there. That didn't happen, so he had to go to plan B, right? He couldn't get traded, right? He didn't win the battle. He was trying to get him fired, make the organization pick between him or them, right? They decided to stay pat, saying, hey, listen, we got control because we have you under contract. So you got no move there. When he ran out of moves, he said, you know what, I'm out of moves. I'm going to go ahead and come back, right? And Pat Sajak, you welcome. You don't have to compete with me. You know what I mean? You ain't my competition. I think I'm going to go in and compete in that division. So it was all about him trying to get what he wanted. He got the last year off his contract, which essentially makes him more attractive to be traded, because now when you go there, you have to redo his deal. And, other teams won't have him under 2 deals if he's traded, and they're going to trade for the current contract. Now he only has 1 year, so if he gets traded, you're not going to bring Aaron Rodgers there and keep him on that current deal. You're going to extend that deal, right? So he won in that regard, but he didn't win the battle that he wanted, which was getting traded probably to Denver.
Because I keep hearing that he's such a smart guy, and you mentioned he's playing chess, not checkers. Everybody else is playing checkers, but it feels like he miscalculated the offseason. Because usually he puts himself in a position to win, and he didn't win. He's still in Green Bay, working for an organization or working for management that he doesn't like.
But he can win a Super Bowl with.
He can, and he likes his teammates.
Got his boy back.
Coaches. And that's it, right?
Got his boy back, and he got time left off his contract.
And he didn't have to go through the offseason workouts, which was a big thing for a veteran as well.
He didn't have to do that anyway. So, and he's also going to get traded, or he set himself up to get traded, right? Because he can say, hey, I did everything I was supposed to do. I gave you my all. Get me out of here. And knowing that they have to respect that, right? And knowing that they have to have a plan to respect that. I'm sure they know Aaron Rodgers' teams that he wants to go to right now, and I'm sure his agent is going to continue to update them throughout the season if he's going to get traded. And his agent's having those back channel conversations with organizations, and I guarantee you guys aren't going to say it, but if we know LeBron James is going to be a free agent maybe, and teams are gearing up for him just in case, other teams in the NFL are gearing up for that case as well, and maybe that's the subject that we should discuss. Where would be some great destinations to Aaron Rodgers, and where should he go later?
Oh, what a tease, Bart. Are we going to discuss that later in the show? Absolutely, we are going to talk about
what say the people, too?
Where Aaron Rodgers should go once he is done in Green Bay, theoretically, after this season. They talk about how he wants to be the smartest guy, and he talks about silence being smart at times. This is why I go back to, if you say you're 100% all in, if you say that you want the team to have success, you love your guys, you love your coaches. Yesterday he went on about his relationship with Matt LaFleur as well, talking about how they figure out the plays. They did a lot of Zooms in the offseason leading up to last season, and they worked together. Did they work
on that play on 3rd and 5? Hey, we're not going to go for it on 4th down?
That's what I'm talking about. You can't keep bringing that stuff up. You can do whatever you want. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, you got to move past that stuff. It can't always be other people's faults.
We've all been in relationships. You forget, you never forget. You forgive, you never forget. So every once in a while, you're like, oh, we're going to go for it on 4th. I would love the first time that they go for it on 4th down. And he looks at LaFleur like, really? Now we're going to go for it on 4th down? Like, bro, this is a regular season game. Really?
You got to turn the page on that stuff. And that's why I say, I know you're saying keep it real, but keeping it real can go wrong. And I think if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're the leader of this team, it is time to just quiet. Keep your mouth shut. If you can't say something nice, don't say it at all, because I think it has the potential to be a toxic environment. I don't want players having to choose between their boss, their head coach, and all the people who are running the organization and Aaron Rodgers. And that's going to be up to Aaron Rodgers.
That's where we're different at. That's where we're different.
You like the conflict.
Oh, I'm like that. Who's coming with me? I'm like that.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, who's
You're
coming
holding up the goldfish.
Yeah, who's coming with me?
You
know what I'm saying? Those who stay won't be champions.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.